Oh, go ahead. You too. Well, well, well. What happened to my phone? Oh, there it is. Hold on, I gotta take a piss. Then we're gonna talk about the failure that we saw. Absolute fucking pathetic failure. A political party in shambles. No amount of gaslighting will change the reality of this political party being finished and having no chance of winning an election, at least on a national level. You have no chance, as I've been trying to explain to you. You're losing the political game. You've forgotten how to play it, and you're getting fucked up. Trump is fucking you up bad. Need to stop coping and get serious. You won't, though. Even when told, you won't. Just like a mindfuck troll who doesn't understand he's dancing for me because he doesn't understand the game he's even playing. He doesn't get it. It's the same thing with Trump and the Democrats. They don't get it. They don't understand the game anymore. They're done. They cannot defeat him. He's a superior opponent in the game they're playing. Much like if he was on the court with Michael Jordan, he'd fuck you up. Some people are just good at the game, and politics is much like a sport. It is a game. You have to know how to play it. And I'm sorry. I know you guys are coping. You're riding high with the cope, pretending you're going to win the midterms. I get it. I understand. But the reality is this. The Democrats have no chances of winning the midterms. There is not one metric that you can point to that backs up them winning the midterms. You have nothing to support that. Now, you can believe it if you'd like, but there is no evidence to support it. That's why when I say it, you all can only call me delusional because you can't prove me wrong. You can't make the case that I'm wrong. So you use the tired old tactics that I've explained to you 1,000 times. Don't work on me, and I see through it because I understand the tactics. I get the tactics people use in arguments. I've argued with enough people and watched enough arguments to know. It's much like the Israel stuff. There's just nothing to really back up these theories that you have. It's all emotions. It's all feelings. And that's what we see with the midterm stuff right now, where it's all emotions. Or, well, historically, the president always loses. Well, okay. That's all you have to ride on. I mean, it's all you have is hope. All you have is, well, history. Well, Trump usually defies history. So I don't know if that's a good thing to ride with. And last night, Trump showed you that there's levels to this. Trump played them masterfully last night. He made a fool of them. But in a way, they did it to themselves. But see, Trump understands his enemy. He gets these people. He knows what he's dealing with. And that's why he destroyed them last night. That's why he did things that they walked right in. Trap after trap, they walked right into it. They cannot help themselves. They look like a very unserious, childish group of people.
And you have to remember, for the last 4 years, they've been in power and they wrecked the country. I'm glad that Trump pointed out last night that something I've pointed out many times. Hey, let's not forget the Democrats are the ones that drove the prices up in the first place. Let's not forget who caused this mess that we're in. While we're spending all this time crying because Trump ain't fixed it, let's remember who broke it in the first place. And let's not be foolish and put those same people back into power. And make no mistake, if you think you're going to vote for these Democrats and they're going to win and you're going to troll me, you are sadly mistaken. Let me explain to you how this is going to go if you elect Democrats. That night, I'll get on here and I'll lay out the future. I'll lay out the next couple of years and what's going to happen. It will be bad. Your life will be affected. You will suffer worse than you've ever suffered before. The prices of food, you think they're high now? They will go up even higher. If Democrats take the presidency back, they will reopen the border and they will flood this country with immigrants. That's why I can't take people serious who say, well, he's just not deporting enough people, so we'll just elect Democrats. Hey, that makes no fucking sense, and that's fucking retarded. And anyone talking like that isn't meant to be taken serious. You're not a serious person. You're a goof. You're an idiot. You cannot claim to be intelligent and say things like that. That does not scream intelligence. That screams grifting. That's grifting. You're mad that the Democrats aren't in power, which makes it harder for you to grift off their failure. That's what it is. I'm wise to that. That's why Nick Fuentes and all these guys do this. Nick Fuentes' career benefits off Democrats being in power way more than Trump. Sitting around trashing Trump all day, everybody does that, bro. It's not original. It's not something that most, conservatives want to hear either. So Nick Fuentes is not as popular as you might think. He's destroying himself. He's got TDS like everybody else, and he's just destroying himself, much like Thomas Massie. You can say what you want about independents and Democrats, but Republicans overwhelmingly support Trump in every fucking poll that's ever been taken, including the primaries. We saw it firsthand. To be a conservative commentator, and attack Donald Trump, to be a conservative politician and attack Donald Trump is retarded. You're stupid. What sense does that make? It's dumb. And you will see in the midterms, Thomas Massie is not going to win because Thomas Massie is going the route of Liz Cheney. Name one Republican who has challenged Trump and came out on top. Name that person. There isn't one. The Thomas Massie thing is just more cope, much like the midterms. It's all cope. It's all emotions. Well, no, he'll be fine. He's always fine. He's never went at Trump like this. Do you think the average Republican voter appreciates Thomas Massie calling the guy they voted for a fucking pedophile without a shred of evidence to back that up? Do you think that the average Republican voter likes that? If you say yes, congratulations, you're an idiot. You're fucking delusional. These people are finished. Thomas Massie is finished. How did it work out for fucking DeSantis? Did you learn nothing from DeSantis? And you saw DeSantis, he turned his ass right around and he's got more sense than Thomas Massie because he backs Trump 100%. Why? Because he's a fucking Republican. He has to win elections in the future. He's probably going to run for other things, right? It does not benefit him to attack Trump. Wake up from this fucking delusion that the country hates Donald Trump. That's retarded. He won the popular vote. Enough with the fucking delusions. For fuck's sake. TDS, god damn, cure it already. For fuck's sake, get a grip on your own mind. You can't even think objectively. You can't even discuss Trump objectively because you're so ridden with fucking TDS illness. Your mind is gone. It's rotting out of your fucking head. I'm not underestimating them at all. There is not one thing you could show me to make a case for Democrats win the midterms. And you know that. See, I don't know why you all want to do this and play this dumbass game. When I make arguments, I come with serious facts. I come with serious shit. I make a case. And all I ask in return is if you disagree with me, make a case as to why. And if you can't do that, respectively, shut the fuck up. Because I'm getting tired of this childish bullshit. It's ridiculous. Make the fucking case or hush. Convince me or hush. And insulting me or saying dumb shit or calling me delusional is not convincing me. Make the case. Very simple. You disagree? Explain why. Smoky Jews run the world. Based on what? Well, this one guy, he's Jewish. What? You know what I mean? Like, all I do all day is ask people who disagree with me to convince me why I'm wrong. And you know what I get in return? I get insulted. I get called names. It's retarded. It's fucking dumb. You're dumb. And all that does is make me feel like I'm right. That's all that does. So it's counterproductive behavior in the first fucking place. You're not going to bully me into submission, okay? If you ain't figured that out by now, that I'm a motherfucker that does not give a fuck about your opinions, and I'm going to say what I feel, and I don't give a fuck if you disagree, whatever, I don't care. If you ain't figured that out about me by now, what the fuck are you watching here? The fact that people still try to do this shit to me is hilarious to me. The fact that all day long people try to shame me into things, and it's so fucking dumb. It's never going to work. Peer pressure does not work on me. It does not work. I don't give a shit to fit in with retards. I don't care. I'm not going to do drugs because everybody in the room's doing them and they're making fun of me. I'm a grown man I'm not a child that's going to be bullied into submission. Pressured into doing things I don't want to do. It's funny. During the primary, everybody that was attacking me for supporting DeSantis, calling me disloyal to Trump, every single one of those motherfuckers, well, not every single one, but a lot of them that watch my stream attack Trump 24/7 now. I find that hilarious. That's all they do all day is attack Trump. And what are they attacking him over? Who the fuck knows? Israel. I mean, I know what it's really about. It's about Jews. All this gay-ass retard behavior you see really comes down to people that they don't like Jews. And you can get it out of people if you talk to them long enough. You'll get it out of them. They'll start bringing up Israel. And it's like, Donald Trump did not run on fucking with Israel. You understand? He did not run on that. He did not say during the campaign, I'm going to stop Israel. I'm going to do something to Israel. I'm going to stop the funding. He didn't say that, right? In fact, during Trump's first term, he was very pro-Israel. So to pretend like you've been betrayed because Trump is friendly with Israel is retarded. It's just retarded. You don't have to like Israel, but you have to stop pretending that Donald Trump told you he was going to do something that he never told you. You're just making things up and getting mad about it. You're retarded. You don't have to like Israel. I don't give a shit if you, I mean, people love to check, oh, you defend Jews. This is not defense of Jews. This is clowning retards. Something I've done the whole time I've been on here. So you're just another group of retards that I've singled, that I've noticed, and I've said, look how dumb these motherfuckers are. And I like to make fun of you because it works and you all get triggered by it. So I do it. I find your Israeli derangement, I find it retarded. Now, that's not to say Israel hasn't, I'm sure they've done some shit. I'm sure they've done some fucked up things. It's a government. It's a government. But let me ask you this. Have you ever seen me like hyper focus on like the government of fucking Zimbabwe or something? You know what I mean? I usually stick to American shit and talk about American things. Now, we might talk about Europe or, something going on in the world, but you really don't see me talking much about the Congo. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about Israel, where it's like I was forced to talk about this. I was forced to start talking about this topic. And the people that forced me to talk about it by endlessly coming up into my stream and bitching and moaning about it, saying I'm avoiding the topic. I won't talk about Israel. I won't talk. So fucking retarded. To the point where I finally started looking into it, and then I realized you're fucking retarded. And then I gave you what you want. I started talking about it. But you didn't like what I was saying. So now you're like, God, shut up about it. Because I'm fucking you up. That's why you want me to shut up about it, because I'm fucking you up and making you look stupid. That's the only reason you want me to hush about it. Well, you should have left me the fuck alone. Every time you came in here, and I would say, I don't pay no attention to Israel. I don't give a shit about that. Oh, you're defending them. Oh, you're making excuses. Oh, are you secretly Jewish? Are you, like, what is wrong with these triggered retards? Doing that to me is the worst thing you can do, because I smell blood in the water like a fucking shark when you all start doing that. I was like, oh, look at this. Look how triggered they get. Look how upset these motherfuckers get that I don't parrot their talking points for them. Begged me to look into Israel, begged me to look into these things. I'll look into it and I come back and say, I'm not convinced. And I say, convince me. And you know how they try to convince me? Well, you must be a Jew. Well, that's really convincing stuff, buddy. Ooh, that's real clever. You know I'm not a Jew because I'm broke as fuck. So, I ain't Jewish. I ain't got no damn money. Exactly. If you say there's no evidence against Trump. Now, what does that have to do with Israel? What the fuck does any of that have to do with Jews or Israel? It's a totally unrelated topic. And yet they bring it up. You see what I mean? They shove Israel into every topic. It's weird. Did you expect me not to notice that? Are you new to my shit? Did you really expect me not to notice how weird that is and call that out? You must be retarded. Of course I'm going to call that out. Of course I'm going to notice how weird it is that you bring up Israel when we're talking about things that have nothing to do with Israel whatsoever. And you just keep bringing them up. But the Democrats last night, my God. Would not stand for the mother of a dead woman killed by a crazed black man on a bus, train, whatever it was. Wouldn't stand and applaud her. You know, people love to talk about unity and uniting the country. Well, why don't they practice what they preach? Where was the unity last night from the Democrats? If they wanted to show some unity, they could have stood up and clapped for Erica Kirk. They could have stood up and defended free speech and clapped for the wife of a man killed over his speech. But they don't care about free speech. Certainly not some conservative free speech. If you wanted to show me some unity and show me that we're all together as Americans, where was it then? Even if you disagree with the things Charlie Kirk said, I mean, did he deserve to be shot for it? Well, Democrats seem to believe yes. Well, I know they believe yes. They 100% believe that. Not all, but most. Actually, it's more like this. Not all, but John Fetterman and Bill Maher. That's about it. That's the only two liberals left that are like, well, you shouldn't be murdered for your speech. Did you see Katie Couric interviewing John Fetterman? Look this up on YouTube. Katie Couric interviewing John Fetterman. It's, my God, she's insane. She's like asking him, like, she's basically acting like Charlie Kirk deserved it. And Fetterman's like, what the fuck, man? Fetterman's like, what? He didn't deserve to be shot. Like, what the fuck? My God, dude. This party's finished. Dems are done. You got to be out of your fucking mind to vote for that. You have to be out of your fucking mind. And you got to be just as out of your mind to stay home and not vote at all. Both of you groups, two groups of retards. You're both retarded. But there's a joy I feel in my soul, you know, like, even if the Democrats somehow win, there's a joy inside of me. I'm going to get to sit back and watch you fucking losers get what you fucking deserve. And I'm going to get to gloat and I'm going to get to clown you the entire time. And I'll be suffering too, but whatever. If you play games with this, you will pay a price. Just remember who warned you. Just remember who tried to save you from your own dumbass self. And when you help elect these Democrats, and yes, staying home and not voting, that's helping Democrats. Let's stop acting like little kids. Let's stop. I'm done with these games. I'm done with these childish games. Let's be honest. If you stay home and you don't vote Republican, you are helping Democrats retake power in this country. And when they retake power, and I catch your ass crying like a bitch, I'm going to remind you that this is your fucking fault. You did this. Be a man about it and own it. If you're planning to stay home, if you're planning to go out and vote Dems, you be a man and you own it when the time comes. That's all I ask. You be man enough to own you did this shit to yourself. It's just like Trump said last night. These people over here are the ones that drove the prices up in the first place. And that's a fact. I'll be damned if I turn on Trump and put these people back in power over prices. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you insane? That's some dumb shit, bro. You retarded. There ain't no other way to say it. That's some retarded thinking. There is no other party. Do you understand? There is no other party to vote for. It's Republicans. That's it. The other party is insane and anti-American. Why would I elect them? That's dumb. I vote Republican out of pure survival. It's very simple. I told you, politics is very simple now. Very simple for me. Do I want to fuck my life up or not? I don't. I vote Republican. Thank you. Does that make Republicans perfect? No. Does that mean Republicans don't do things that I don't like? No. What it means is this. I'm not going to spend my time trying to help Democrats win this election. I'm not going to waste a second of my energy trashing Donald Trump unless he does something real. He has to do something real fucking dumb. I'm not going to spend my time trashing Trump. I'm not going to spend my time trashing Republicans. I'm not going to spend my time trying to elect people that'll make my life worse. I'm not doing that. And the fact that you all want me to do that shows how retarded you are. You're dumb, and you just don't get it. You just don't get it, and that's fine. I used to not get it either, but I see clearly now. It's like this dude on TV said last night. He said, I trust Donald Trump. I trust him. It's as simple as that. I trust him. I believe in him. That's why we stand with Trump. Because out of all these politicians that I've seen my whole life, that's the most honest one I've ever seen. Does that mean he doesn't ever lie? Of course not. I don't even want to hear about lies. All you people do all day is lie. So I don't even want to hear that shit. How dare you criticize another man for lying when all you do all day is lie? The fuck is wrong with you? Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. Hypocrites. And every time you're like, well, what did Trump lie about? Have you ever asked a Democrat what Trump lied about? Try it sometime. They don't even have nothing. They don't even have anything. They don't have anything like substantial. They'll be like, well, he said he had the best health of anybody in the world. Oh, okay. Impeach! Impeach! Like, come on, grow up. Gives a fuck. Dumbass. I told you it's an unserious party. It's a group. It's a fucking bunch of children. Why the fuck would the country vote for these people? How do you watch that State of the Union and the behavior of these Democrats? He said at one point, he goes, I think we could all agree that nobody should ever take somebody else's child and transition them to another gender without telling the parents or against the parents' wishes. I think we can all agree that parents have a say. None of those Democrats stood up and clapped for that. Not a single one of them. He did it on purpose. He knew exactly what he was doing. You walked right into it because you're TDS. You can't see clearly. You can't think straight. You know, Trump didn't say no adult should be transgender. He didn't say that. He didn't say we should ban transgender. He didn't say that. What he said was very clear. Nobody should take someone else's child and transition them to another gender without telling the parents that they're doing this. Now, you would think everybody could agree. You would think even trans people could agree. And I'm sure there are some that do. And I'll give the trans community the same advice I gave the gay community. You might want to speak up. You might want to make your voice be heard because there ain't many, there may not be any sane transgenders, quite frankly. That may not even exist because, it's pretty crazy to begin with. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So I don't think there are any sane ones at all. But there has to be at least one of them that has a little sense that is like, okay, this is, you can't be going into the elementary school and turning and cutting little Johnny's cock off. You can't do that. What are we doing? But there is no one speaking up from the trans community. There's nobody. Where are they at? Much like the gays. At least there were some gays speaking up about some things. But there wasn't enough of them. The gay community did great damage to itself with its behavior over the last decade. And I told you for years, the check's going to come due. The check always comes due. You can be at the table having a good old time. I'm ordering everything, going wild, ordering everything. But eventually, they're going to come over with that check and you're going to have to pay that. And now it's the gay community. Now you're having to pay. You're having to pay for letting this insanity run wild. You're going to, and the trans stuff as well. All these transgender shootings we're seeing and stuff. Hey, who told you that would happen? Me. Years ago, I said these people are dangerous. They're violent. And I mean, this isn't, I used to tell Judy all the time, this is not sustainable. This is not going to last. So eventually what's going to happen is the country's going to realize what's happening and they're going to turn against it because it's insanity. And then you're going to have all these deranged individuals that have been scarred for life, mutilated, and they're already crazy to begin with. And they're going to go out and kill people and kill themselves. And here we are. Here we are. Democrats couldn't stand for a mother of a dead woman killed in cold blood. Democrats couldn't stand for a soldier who was shot and finished the mission while he was bleeding everywhere. They couldn't stand for him, even though he stood on crutches. They couldn't stand for him. Now, you think this would be a no-brainer to stand for the soldier. You just think it would. I mean, what's the problem? Nobody's asking you to stand up and clap for, It's funny, you know the one thing they did all stand up and clap for? Going to war with Iran. Oh, Democrats stood up for that one. It's the only thing they stood up for. War. Crazy, huh? That's the only thing they could find themselves to stand for. Elizabeth Warren stood up for insider trading. And then there was one point where he said, the U.S. government is responsible for taking care of American citizens, not illegal aliens, or some shit like that. And every Democrat sit down. You guys underestimate the illegal stuff. You underestimate the optics of that. And you're going to learn, you're never actually going to learn, Even if Republicans dominated the midterms in a landslide, you motherfuckers would get on here the next day and you'd have a whole new bunch of nonsense to say. You wouldn't say, I was wrong, I was an idiot. You would have a bunch of new bullshit to say. Because you've developed TDS too. You want to lose. You want to be a loser. You want to be a victim. You want the Democrats in power so you can cry like a bitch. Because let's be honest, your life is not going the way you wanted it to go. And you're struggling and you want someone to blame. Well, if Democrats win, you can blame them. I understand. I understand the childish mindset. It's just like that video that guy was like, I'm sorry Donald Trump hasn't fixed all the world's problems in a single year. My God, we've been betrayed. I'm sorry Donald Trump didn't fix everything the Democrats fucked up in a single year. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, let's put the Democrats back in power so they can fuck more things up. When you say stuff like that, you're just a very unserious person. You sound ridiculous. Come on. I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to start blocking people like that because I just see it as trolling. It has to be. What are you talking about, dude? In what world does those words come out of your mouth and you don't go, I sound ridiculous? What the... Trump's not deporting enough illegals, so I'm going to vote for Democrats. You're going to vote for the party that's not going to deport anybody, and they're going to open the border back up. Like, hello? What? Well, I'm accelerating things, Smokey. I'm accelerating things. So eventually we'll elect Hitler. No, 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 no. You won't be electing Hitler. What will happen is the Democrats will never let you retake power again. That's what will happen. You know, Nick Fuentes is such an unserious person. I mean, he acts like he's public enemy number one. Like, oh, they're coming for me. They're going to get me. They're coming. No, somebody could shoot me too. That's why I don't really go out. Da, da, da. But then he tells us to vote for Gavin Newsom. Oh, I'm being censored by all these Democrats, and these Democrats are violent, and they're unhinged, and they're dangerous, and they want to kill me just like they killed Charlie Kirk, and they want to kill all of us like they killed Charlie Kirk. He said that. He said that. I watched it. Then he's going to turn around and tell me to vote for those people. And if I say, hey, that doesn't make any fucking sense, someone calls me a Jew. Someone calls me a Jew. And apparently that's supposed to shut you up. Apparently that's supposed to make you go, oh God, oh. But the only reaction I have is I think you're brain dead or something. There's something wrong with you. Or you must be like trolling or something. It's so outlandish, the things you're saying, that I just feel like it's a joke. It's a trolling. Because what the hell? Who talks like this? When somebody's saying a bunch of stuff and it just doesn't make any sense, and it's kind of contradicting himself, and it does feel like trolling to me. And if it isn't trolling, you're retarded. I mean, there is not a third option. There isn't. Doesn't exist. You are either a retard or you're like fucking with me. Now, I don't think Nick Fuentes is just fucking with us. I don't know. Maybe he is, but I mean, he says a lot of real shit. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, he's right. But then he'll say dumb shit like that. New York and California are rigged with illegal voting. You realize the only reason the Democrats are winning elections is illegals are voting for them. I mean, that's been proven now. We know that to be true. We actually have evidence to back it up. Yeah, all this performance, I'm going to cry and all this dumb shit. Cry about what? Crime being the lowest it's been in 125 years? Shut up! Damn, can't even have a fucking seat and do anything. Because you got to go out every 5 seconds. Like you got overactive bladder or something. No, you heard a car horn or something and you got to go investigate it. Like you're going to do something. You're on a fucking leash anyway. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't running off. You ain't going to do nothing. Come on. Now watch his dumb ass. Now he won't go out there and piss. He in here barking like, oh, I gotta pee so bad. And he'll just, look at him. He'll just stand, look at him. He'll just stand there. He'll just stand there and look around. I thought you had to piss like a racehorse. No, you didn't. You lied. Howling at the moon like you gotta piss. Like, oh God, I gotta piss. Come on, open the door. No. I just need to get out there and look around, make sure ain't nothing going on out here. You didn't even pee. You didn't even. Go outside and pee. Go pee. Get your ass back out there and go pee. Hey. Come back here. Wrong dog. You go sit down. This motherfucker going back out. We're trying to run out the door. It's against the law. Alright, go pee. Take your ass out there and piss. Go pee. Come. Get out of here. Goofy.
Sir, please take a piss. Please. Please, sir. Find it in your heart to piss.
Yeah, women are dumb. Who gives a fuck? How come the states that Trump lost don't have voter ID, but all the other states do? That he won. Weird, ain't it? Ain't it odd that states that don't have voter ID, Trump loses? Isn't that odd? I guess it's just a coincidence. I'm sure the Democrats are against voter ID for the real reasons. You know, that they're against it because black people can't get IDs and women can't get them, or whatever dumb shit they're saying right now. What about married women? That's how you know these motherfuckers are clowns. What about married women? Married women can't get a birth certificate or whatever. You can order your birth certificate online, you retard. Shut up, dumb. Anytime you hear some shit like that, you're being lied to. Anytime somebody says, oh, well, black people can't get IDs. That's so dumb. That's somebody that doesn't have any argument at all. They don't have no way to defend the shit. So they're just throwing shit in the air, hoping it sticks. Well, maybe if I say this, well, that's not working. Well, maybe if I say that, well, that's not working either. The country in every poll overwhelmingly supports voter ID. Democrats overwhelmingly support it, and Republicans. This is not an issue that divides the nation. So the fact that Democrat politicians are fighting against this so hard is because illegal aliens vote for them, and they know it. They know it. If an illegal alien can become a cop, can become a superintendent of a school district, then an illegal alien can definitely vote. Use your fucking head. Duh. Remember, these same people told us that, no, the illegals aren't getting health insurance. They're not getting health care from the government. Yes, they are. It's proven. No, the illegal aliens ain't on food stamps. Yes, they are. Joe Biden was giving illegal aliens social security numbers by the millions. Now ask yourself why. Why? You can't possibly believe it's because they care about these people. Are you insane? They don't give a fuck about these people. The Democratic Party cannot win the election if only Americans vote. I am convinced of that. And I will die on that hill. They cannot win an election without illegal votes. They have lost the American public. They cannot win them over. Look online. Just look at the rhetoric online on X. Look at all the accounts that are like anti-Trump, all this. They always have some connection to like India or Pakistan. You know what I'm saying? It's always some foreigner motherfucker. And if it is an American and you start digging in, you find out that he takes funding from this country over here, this country over there, whatever. It is all a big, giant fucking psyop to fuck our country up by foreigners. And it's a multi-level thing. You got the illegals coming in. You got these rich foreigners pumping money in for protesting and all this shit. We are under attack. We are under the attack of psychological warfare. It's real. They're attacking our minds. It is and actually is an info war. The info war is real. It's real. And you're in it every day. And the Democrats' worst fear is the SAVE Act passes. Voter ID is required nationwide. And they lose the midterms in a massive landslide. Because if that happens, it will be undeniable. If we saw national voter ID and we saw blue cities or blue states turn red, it would be undeniable what they've been doing. That's why we have to get this pay. It has to pass. It's one of the most important things to get this SAVE Act passed. Fuck whatever they're saying about it. And I'm going to say something you may not like. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if some liberal white bitch can't go figure out how to get a birth certificate and get an ID. I don't give a shit. She shouldn't be voting anyway. She's destroying this fucking nation. She's destroying it. People like her. So if people like her can't get a fucking ID to vote, good. Is that supposed to scare me? Smokey. Here's something you have to think about, the reality of this. Married women are usually conservative. I don't know if you know this, but statistically, they're conservatives. Why would the Republican Party, if that was true about the women camp, if that bullshit the Democrats say was actually true, then this would actually hurt Republicans. It would actually cause Republican women to not be able to vote if they were married or whatever. That's how you know it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Democrats know this will stop illegal voting and it'll cost them votes. And they don't think they can win without it. They don't. And they can't. They can't. They have spent the last year catering to illegal aliens like never before. We've never seen anything like it. They were flying to El Salvador over Maryland Man. They are chasing down ICE agents in their cars, going wild. It's a mess. But I understand why they're doing it. Because if everyone that gets deported is a potential voter for the Democrats. They know illegals are voting. They have done everything they can in the states they control to make it easier for the illegals to vote. They have given them entitlements. All of this is designed to get their vote. And they're not even supposed to be voting. Say what you want about pandering to the blacks, but at least the blacks are allowed to vote in this country. At least they're American citizens. But the Democrats, they know they're losing the black vote. They're losing the Hispanic vote. They're losing those votes. These people they're jumping ship. They can't take the insanity anymore. So they have to cater to illegals. There is no other reason for a politician to cater to a group of people like this other than they want their votes. Why else would they cater to illegal aliens so fucking hard? And then you have the liberal white woman The reason she supports the Democrats is because she's a racist bitch. That's what this is. She's racist. So she feels as if she's helping the poor brown person. This poor brown illegal Mexican, why he's basically just a peasant, and I'm helping him. I'm going to help him because I'm white and I'm privileged. Just being white makes me privileged. Just being white makes me better. That's how they think. They actually are the white supremacists. They see white people as privileged and superior, and therefore white people need to help the blacks, help the browns, help all these people because they are so great. They are so privileged. That's how they see themselves. They're all narcissistic as fuck. They think they're like fucking heroes or something. I'm saving the poor black man. And anytime a black man says, well, you know, white bitch, I don't need your help. I don't need your help, bitch. Well, they see that as disrespect. They can't believe that a black person would dare stand up to them like that. And so they usually call them the N-word. They usually lose their mind. Like, how dare you tell me you're not oppressed, black man? You're too dumb to even understand you're oppressed. That's how they talk. I've seen them talk to T. West just like that. Oh, you're just too dumb to understand how oppressed you are. Gavin Newsom the other day was like, I'm dumb. He was in a room full of black people and he's like, I'm dumb like you. Hey, I'm dumb like all you. Hey, you know, I'm not like these other white people. I'm dumb like you. I'm basically black like you. That's what he was trying to say. And the way he was saying it is, you know, my IQ's low like you. That's a good one, Gavin. Smokey, what do you think about Gavin Newsom? Do you think he has a chance? I don't know, Smokey. I think he might win. Smokey, I'm retarded and don't understand politics. Smokey, I'm really worried about Gavin Newsom. It reminds me of 2024. People DM me. I still have some of the DMs saved where it's like, I don't know, Smokey. I'm worried about Kamala Harris. I'm worried, Smokey. I feel like the vibe has shifted, Smokey. I feel like she's going to win, Smokey. I'm really worried about it. It's like summertime. People are sending me this shit. And I replied to every one of you. And what did I say? Dude, the panic and shit is so gay and it's getting old. And I'm tired of listening to it. It's so dumb. There's no substance behind it. My God. Last night was a reality check, bro. Like, last night watching just Trump slap these people around, like, and just expose them. Like, why are y'all worried about the midterms, man? Why would the country vote for that? Y'all have no faith in the country whatsoever. And maybe you'll be proven right, but man, damn, have a little faith that your fellow Americans aren't as retarded as you think. Because you got to be retarded as fuck to watch that and vote for those Democrats. You really got to be stupid. That shit was embarrassing, bro. They're embarrassing. Now, there's a lot of time. We got this stuff with Iran, so things can happen. But as of right now, I just don't see a path to victory for them. I don't think the Trump hate is as strong as you all pretend it is. And my evidence for that is Donald Trump has gained more votes every single election he has ran in. He has gained millions of new voters every single election. What has Trump done to lose those voters? Tell me. Don't insult, don't call me a Jew. Actually try to articulate an argument. Try it for once in your miserable fucking life. Try to show everybody that you're not a little kid, that you are an adult, act like one, and actually try to convince someone with an argument backed up with anything. Anything. It don't even have to be evidence. Just come up with some good speculation, for fuck's sake. I mean, I'm putting the bar real fucking low here. Just say something that makes you think, that sounds kind of convincing, you know? Try it out. Try it the fuck out, dude. That was embarrassing. I can't believe. Couldn't even stand for the soldier. Trump's like, up in the audience here, we got a mother and father. Their daughter was murdered. National Guard soldier, she was murdered by a lunatic. And they're here with us tonight. The parents are here with us tonight. A very tragic, horrible thing. And then he's like, can we stand and give them an applause? Stand and give them an applause. And all the Democrats just sit there. All the Democrats just sit there. Fetterman's the only one that has any sense to stand up and clap. This is why Fetterman is the best choice for 2028 on the Democratic side. I would run Fetterman. Do I believe John Fetterman can win a Democratic primary? No, I don't. No, I don't. Do I believe the Democratic primary will nominate a fucking lunatic? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But if the Democratic Party had any sense, they would nominate Fetterman. Because Fetterman gets it. He understands the game, and he knows how to play it. And he comes off as a common man. And I think he would appeal to moderates, independents. He would give J.D. Vance a real challenge. Now, is J.D. Vance a better talker? Yes. But that's not necessarily an advantage in politics. Because if you come across as, this educated guy, he's talking, well, Fetterman just sounds like a normal dude. Looks like a normal dude, sound like a normal dude, talk like a normal dude. That's appealing to voters. Because sometimes you can sound really good and smart and everything, and people can say, but fuck that. Fuck this guy. He's too fake or something. What did I say so many times about the Democratic nominee? They're going to have to come in and reshape the party. They're going to have to be willing to attack the transgender stuff, attack these bad failed policies. They're going to have to be willing to call them out. Fetterman does that. He's already doing it. Now, make no mistake, he cannot win the primary. The Democratic Party and the Democratic voter is insane. They have lost their fucking mind. I predict the nominee will be more of a progressive type. Now, I argued with this one guy who said that would be good for the Democrats to run a progressive. This progressivism, this wokeism, all this stuff, it's all tied together. People see it as all the same. If you run on that, you will lose. You will lose. So, I know you people seem to think, I don't understand. It's like these people that think we should nominate Thomas Massie in 2028. I mean, do you want to lose? Do you want to lose? You know who Thomas Massey is? He's like our Bernie Sanders. That's what Thomas Massey is. He's like our Bernie Sanders. Never gets anything done, hasn't done a damn thing, grandstands all the time. Yep. Just like Bernie Sanders. Just like Hillary said, this guy has been in Congress his whole life. He's never got anything done. Ain't passed nothing. She told the truth about Bernie Sanders. That was the one time Hillary Clinton told the truth. And it's recorded on video. She was brutally honest. A woman that lies all the time had a moment where she was brutally honest. Where she was like, this guy's a fucking clown. This guy's ridiculous. This guy ain't gonna do nothing. And it wasn't rigged to get. Remember how we used to say it was rigged against Bernie Sanders? It actually wasn't. That's a bunch of horse shit, too. That's Democrat cope. That's that progressive cope. That shit wasn't rigged at all. Hillary spanked his ass fair and square. And I don't blame the Democratic Party for, trying to hold Bernie Sanders back. If he would have been the nominee, they would have he would have lost worse than Hillary. Everybody thinks Bernie would have done better than Hillary or done better than Trump. He couldn't even get more votes than Hillary Clinton. And that was with this big movement behind him where he was treated like some kind of rock star. Remember, people were making videos. Remember that girl was dancing with his shirt on and all that bullshit? There were viral videos and all kinds of things. There was all this. It was fake, by the way. It was astroturfing is what it was. And we all fell for it. We thought, there's a movement behind Bernie Sanders. No, there actually was never a movement behind Bernie Sanders. The whole thing is fake. Just like the Kamala stuff. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. The only people that wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders were fucking idiot retards. And everybody else had sense enough to go, well, Hillary ain't perfect, but, she's more professional than this fucking goof. Why would I vote for some socialist communist motherfucker? If you give me socialist, communist motherfucker or Hillary Clinton, I'm voting Hillary Clinton. Not only am I voting for her, I'm campaigning hard for her. Because I know she ain't no fucking retard socialist. And I know Hillary Clinton has the balls to stand against it. They come into the White House. She's got the balls to say, get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. I don't believe anybody controls Hillary Clinton. I don't believe you can control Hillary Clinton. And if she became president, there is not a man on the planet that can control that woman. That woman's ego would be through the fucking roof, and she would do what she wanted. If you want a president that wouldn't be a puppet, Hillary Clinton, I don't think would be a puppet. She's wanted to be president her whole life. I'd be damned if you think she'd sit in there and let some man run things? Hell no. Hillary would be. She'd be an intense president. I don't want her to be president, but part of me kind of wants to see it. Part of me thinks maybe you should just run her again. I mean, when you look at all the Gavin Newsom and all that, you're probably better off running Hillary. You're probably better off running her again. She'd certainly perform better than Kamala Harris. That's for damn sure. She is kind of based. She does have based moments, yeah. I kind of like Hillary. Part of me kind of likes her. If she was more pro-American, like fighting for America, she'd be a great candidate, really. But if she would take that gangsterness and be a gangster for America, so much potential there. But it's all about Hillary, Hillary comes for America. When I look at Trump, I see a man that, he puts America before himself. He cares more about America than himself. I know some people are going to laugh at that, but that's true. That's very true. They were mad that the hockey team came. You know, when I was growing up, all the sports team came to the White House. Didn't even matter who the president was. It wasn't even about politics. It was about they won the game, big game, the championship, and whoever the president would host them, and he would take a picture with them. And you know, I never thought like, oh, these guys support this guy. I just thought, oh, this is a tradition. This is just a traditional thing that these players don't support this guy or not support. They're just there because it's a traditional thing that all these people do. This isn't a political thing. This is just about the country. And this is the president right now. So this is what it is. But now everything's got to be political. I mean, the U.S. gold medal hockey team going to the White House after winning the gold medal, if Biden was president, or it wouldn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? It's not about politics. You know, there were a lot of sports teams that went to the White House with Biden. You never saw me get on here and go, oh, what the fuck is wrong with those guys? Why would they go see Biden? You know what I mean? Because it's dumb. If you invited me to the White House, I'd go meet Joe Biden. I'd go meet him. I'd take a picture with him and everything. Why wouldn't you? You wouldn't go to the White House and meet the president? Crazy. It's fucking crazy. How dumb everything is now. Like I don't even like Joe Biden, but if I had the opportunity to take a picture with him, I would. Because it would be a cool picture. Oh, I met Joe Biden. Ain't that something? But these people, they can't even take a picture with Trump, can't meet him, can't do nothing. It's like Bill Maher said, it's stupid. You can't, the president invites you, you don't go talk to the president? Like, what the fuck? But you'll complain that the president don't listen to us, but you won't even go talk to him. You have an opportunity to sit down and speak with the president, and you turn it down. And then cry that they don't listen. He don't hear you out. Ridiculous. But what a disaster it was last night. What a disaster. For the Democrats. And Trump just clowned them the whole time. And people are like, I can't believe he called them out. He should call them out. He should say, look, they couldn't even stand for the crying mother of a dead woman killed in cold blood by a maniac. Do you stand with the maniac? Like, what the fuck? They do, actually. The Democrats care more about the guy that killed that woman than the actual woman. They 100% care more about him. And I hope they give that guy the death penalty so I can watch liberals cry outside the prison. I can't wait to watch liberals bitch and moan that they're going to kill this lunatic guy who stabbed a woman to death on a train, on camera. Look at how they treat Luigi. Killed a father and a husband in cold blood in the middle of the street over some health insurance. They denied my claim, so that gives me the right to shoot somebody. What the hell? And we could solve the healthcare crisis ourselves if we wanted to. If we had the courage and the will to do it, we could. All we'd have to do is say, no, we're not paying the health insurance anymore. We're canceling it. We're done. Because when we need it, we get declined anyway. They deny the service anyway during life-threatening issues. And if you got hit by a bus or something, hell, you could just go to the emergency room and they'd have to take care of you. So what's the incentive for me to give you money? Oh, so if I get cancer, you'll pay for the treatments. But wait a minute. All I hear about is horror stories about people getting cancer and insurance denying the treatment. So what's the reason to pay for it in the first? Why have it at all? And if everybody canceled that shit and stopped paying for it, guess what would happen? They'd lower those prices. They'd stop denying claims. Why? Because if they don't, their business goes bankrupt. Bye-bye. If you don't give them money, there ain't no business. The health insurance stuff is the darndest thing. And then all these people praise Canada. Look into Canada's health insurance. It's a joke. People have they're trying to get cancer treatment, and then people's like, well, you have to wait a year to get the treatment. And then the guy's like, I'll be dead in a year, fuck. So many stories of people trying to get a cancer screening, right? Trying to get screenings to make sure they don't have a cancer. And then they're on delay for like a year. And then when they finally get the screening, oh, you actually have cancer, and it's been spreading for the last year, and you're dead. You have like a month to live. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. And then they say, well, hey, you're in luck because we can actually just kill you. So if you'd like, we could just kill you now. Yeah, we'll just kill you right here. Yeah, why not? You know, assisted suicide is like I think it's the 5th leading cause of death in Canada. And I seen something the other day. It disturbed me. It was an article, and it was talking about should they be able to euthanize children without parental consent? So they want to kill your children outside of the womb. Hey, wait a minute. I do remember telling you that it's only a matter of time before they start killing the children outside of the womb. Canada is discussing it.